Yeah, I decided to jump on a live. I'm really not too much doing anything that like I'm doing a lot, but I'm not doing a lot. Um, my husband is at work right now. Um, trying to figure out what he gonna do. Um, as far as you know, how we gonna go about moving. Because regardless, we're moving. Now I'm making noodles. I know they ain't best for me, but I'm craving noodles, and I don't know. I know it's not good for me, especially the fact that it got a lot of salt in ramen noodles. But I'm craving it. Like I want it. Like I tried to get rid of the craving. I tried to like make a healthier version, like maybe use chicken stock and chicken broth instead of using the seasoning pack. But that still doesn't satisfy the craving. I have a craving for ramen noodles, so Mommy. I don't know. Mommy. What happened? And the person. Y'all want to see what I see? It's a beautiful day outside. Hold on. Yeah. I think I hear somebody pulling up, but I don't see nobody. That's the truck. Y'all see? It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. Oh, the FedEx man was across the street. I see it's a pretty day outside. So sometimes I just like to let the light in. You know what I mean? Like DJ Khaled said, let the light in. I like to let the light in sometimes. Plus, I like the fresh air, especially in this house. But yeah, cooking me some noodles, and I'm waiting on my husband to get off so we can figure out what we doing. 'Cause I don't know what we doing. Blink, blink, period. Blink, blink, period. I know my son gonna ask me for these noodles. What should I tell you? I'm like, Mommy, I want a noodle. Watch, watch. I said I'm gonna split it with him because, like, I really don't need the salt. Y'all, I really don't need the salt. It's so serious right now. And then I really want, like, some spicy noodles. I like the Sheen black ones. I love those. Those taste good to me. So I'm gonna put some hot sauce in these because I don't got no spicy noodles right now. This is all I got. This is all I got. Yes, baby. I'm so glad my son he's eating something different now. He just don't eat noodles, but he still like his noodles. Oh, I ain't got no ice cream. You want juice? Go get you one. You want shoes? You ain't going outside. Ain't nobody out there with you. Nope. You want some noodles? No, I want shoes. That's the first time I ever heard my son say no. Okay, more for me now, though. Remember, you said no. Put some hot sauce in them things, y'all. I'm gonna leave this pot on the stove just in case he changed his mind. Because my son has a tendency of doing that. Right now, he's determined to try to go out the door. Ain't nobody out there, so. And he's, what? You better go get you a juice out of there. Get him a juice out of this room. This was my old room when I was pregnant with my son. Want juice? Yeah. But, trying to prop y'all up. But, nobody sleeps in there now. Because, the number one, you know, I don't know what my father-in-law going through, but he decided to sprinkle baby powder everywhere. I mean, everywhere, all over we was using it as, like, you know, for dry products such as cereal, juice, the cases of juice, stuff like that. And he just decided to sprinkle baby powder all over all over the room, all over the food. Like, for all over the noodles and everything. Just all over the damn food. Baby powder everywhere. Not even baby powder, body powder at that. But I guess it's the same thing. Yeah, he sprinkled it all over the damn food. And the drinks. After my son cleaned it up. He spent 2 hours. His little 8-year-old stuff was so proud. My husband come home from working with his dad, doing something. And he's like, Daddy, look what I did. I cleaned this room up. He didn't do much. He just picked up his clothes because we was also, you know, having their clothes in there, storing their clothes in there in the dressers. So he picked up his clothes and, you know, he organized the drinks, put all the drinks up, put the food up, such as the chips and the noodles. You know, he put them all up on a little chest that's in there and stacked them up nicely and neatly. So he was so excited. And right after that, my father-in-law decided the next day that he was just going to sprinkle baby powder all over the shit. Everywhere. All over it. So my husband's like, well, maybe the kids got into it. But we noticed the kids get into something, they're going to leave the evidence. So he was like, you know, he told my husband, he's like, the kids did that. He said, the kids did it. Why you ain't yelling at them, fussing at them? You fuss at them. He fuss at them about everything. If they got a toy on the floor, he fussing at them. So he's like, why you ain't fuss at them? What happened? What you need? Well, I tell you, didn't I tell you he was going to change his mind? See, I done put hot sauce in this, so he ain't going to want it. All right, hold on. I told y'all, he was going to change his mind. I knew it. I just knew when I sat down, when I put the hot sauce in there, he was going to change his mind. What should have just made it anyway. Dang. That was my fault. It's okay. But anyway, so yeah, he was like, why you ain't fuss at him? He said his dad didn't say anything and said he just looked at him and walked away. So yeah, he decided to put baby powder all over the damn place. So, and then threw the broom down in the middle of the floor, like to say, all right, now clean it up. Which is very narcissistic. I have to admit, that is. If there was a definition for a narcissist, that would be it. That would be it. I'm sorry to say. That would be it. Because you're not hurting me. I didn't clean the room. You're not hurting my husband because he didn't clean the room. You're hurting a little 8-year-old boy who took his time and decided to straighten something up that you was complaining why they didn't clean it up, because they're the only ones who have snacks, juices, and stuff like that and clothes in that room. So why didn't he clean it up? So he cleaned it up. And then after that, you mess it up by putting baby powder everywhere. That's not nice. But it's the type of shit I'm dealing with. I don't know, like I said, I don't know if it's a form of dementia, Alzheimer's, or just plain senile. But it's something. Or it's just being deviant. I don't know. I don't like to eat on camera, y'all. I know other people be like, they be tearing some food down. I don't know. I do not like to eat. I guess because when I was younger, my dad would always say, you shouldn't eat in front of people. So whenever he bought, like say he bought me McDonald's and my friends was outside playing, he would literally make me go in the house, eat. If I didn't eat in the car, like if we weren't at a park or something like that. But if I was at home and like my friends was outside playing, he would make me come in the house, eat my McDonald's, Chinese food, KFC, whatever, and then go back outside. So some things just, I guess, stick with you. That's something that stick with me. Whew, that hot sauce. That Texas Pete, y'all. No, I'm sorry. Like I said, I know it's not good for me. I might not even eat the whole bowl because like you know, not trying to get a headache, but it is. So probably not even gonna eat the whole bowl. Probably be my last bite, but I was just craving some noodles. I don't know. Maybe I need to make my soup again. I had made a soup that was so good, and I didn't put no salt in it. I don't cook with salt. So this is actually my only real form of salt in cooking. I don't cook with salt. But I had put some ginger, some garlic in a pot. I fried the ginger up in the pot with some olive oil. I fried the garlic up and I fried the shallots up all in there and let it, what I'm saying, kind of get the aroma, get to know each other, make fragrance, make aromatics, whatever they call them. Then I put the chicken broth in there. Then I put my vegetables. And I put my chicken. I think, no. First I put my chicken, then I put my vegetables. And then I put my egg noodles. Oh my God, when I tell you that thing was good, y'all. And I also put my seasoning. I put my Mrs. Dash and my salt, garlic, and herb and stuff like that. I do season my food. I just don't use salt. Yeah, I'm done. Not because I'm getting a headache or anything, but because my son got it tasting like my husband just washed this bowl. And I literally just took it out the sink. So, I listen to my body. So I'm about to pour the juice out. And I'll probably rinse the bowl out because there's nothing wrong with the bowl. I literally just got it out the clean dishes. I literally just got it out of there. And so there's nothing wrong with it. Now I'm about to dump it in the trash. Because, I'll probably take this bag outside because this bag is too full. It don't want to go, y'all. Like, that's a waste of noodles, Virginia. That is a waste of noodles, but I couldn't. Once I get a bad taste in my mouth, that's like, to me, that's a sign you don't need it. That's it. It's a wrap. Let it go. Plus, like I said, I don't need all the on. But it satisfied my craving because I was craving that like no tomorrow. Satisfied it a little bit. I know I'm gonna be craving it again. Oh, excuse me. Also, because my doctor had said that, by the end of this pregnancy, she felt like, oh, excuse me, I'm going to have high blood pressure. A lot of things I do my own research. To me, ain't nobody can be your doctor except you. You your best doctor. You know what's going on with you. You know what you need and what you don't need, what you do and what you don't do. That's always been my motto. Um, Especially the fact that I was raised on a lot of home remedies anyway. Like, if I had a toothache, the first thing we would do, we wouldn't use medicine. Not because we couldn't afford it, but because, my dad, the first thing he'll say is, if you take a lot of Tylenol, you take a lot of ibuprofen, not only can you get addicted to taking pain medicine, because to me, any pain medicine can be an addiction because you want that instant relief. So that's number one. Number two is he used to always say your liver can get real messed up. And so we didn't take pain medicine. First thing we did was brush your teeth. Second thing we did was wash your mouth out with salt water. If all else fails, then we would resort to medicine. It's usually Oragel first, then some Tylenol, some ibuprofen, or some Aleve or whatever pain medicine we had in the house, because we always had a pain medicine in the house, just in case. But it was always, like home remedies first. Even to where we take the toothpaste, my dad would say take the toothpaste, brush your teeth, and then drink a little bit of water and hold it. Hold the mint in the Guess toothpaste water spit, whatever. Sorry to be so graphic. But hold it right there in that area and then hold it for 30 seconds and spit it out. Then rinse your mouth out with mouthwash. That was another thing. Um, yeah, but it was always those things before it was medicine. Where the hell did I put my fork? I gotta get a new fork. Yeah. that's how that went when I was growing up. So, anyway, back to my blood pressure. The doctor has said, because I have ADHD, I'm sorry, y'all. Um, the doctor has said that I was gonna be on blood pressure medicine for what she see by the end of my pregnancy. One, I was highly upset that she spoke that into existence, and I was like, you getting that from what? I'm borderline. So she took my sodium level. That's another way they diagnose if you have a high blood pressure problem. Because if you have a high blood pressure problem, it usually means that your body cannot um what was kind of like sugar. Your body cannot control your sugar levels. Well, your body cannot control your sodium levels when you have high blood pressure. So she took my sodium level. So she told me this. This is something she told me now. She said, we're gonna take your blood work, and it's gonna measure your sodium, tell me if it's a problem, a real problem with your blood pressure. Well, I took it not once but twice. One from my OB, another one from the high risk OB. And don't ask me why I'm going to the high risk OB, because literally the lady told me there's nothing wrong with my baby. So I don't know. Anyways, um, took them twice, came back both normal. Both of them. Like, the starting range for a normal sodium is 136. The first time they took it, it was 136. The second time they took it, it was 137. And I had just ate some peanut butter crackers. And if y'all know, them peanut butter crackers hold a lot of sodium. So that means my body is doing quite fine with managing its sodium levels. So it's not a sodium problem. So most likely, my own opinion, my own research. Now, this is not the doctor's opinion. I think it's something else. And for a long time, I thought it was something else. I'm like, what is it? Because if it's not my sodium, and sometimes it could be a diabetic thing. Most um people in my family got high blood pressure before they got diabetes. Like right before they got diabetes, they had high blood pressure. That's just in my opinion. Like I said, this is not no medical advice. I'm not a doctor. It's just my opinion. I didn't do no medical research. It's just my opinion. And so I'm like, okay, well maybe it's my blood sugar. So they took my blood sugar. Coinkydink. They took my blood sugar. The second time they took my sodium levels and my liver levels and everything like that. Um, Also, the reason why they do this is to check your risk of preeclampsia and what is it called? Preeclampsia and I'm not gonna get him this whole thing, y'all. Um, yeah, that's enough. I don't give my son the whole salt because I don't think kids should have a whole thing of that. But anyway, um, what is it called? HELP, to see if you have HELP syndrome. Um, so anyway, they took the glucose, they took the liver levels, everything came back normal except for my alkaline, which I did look up, and come to find out, it wasn't that high. It's like supposed to be no higher than 175, and I think mine's is keep going to 178, like 177, something like that. Doesn't hit 180, but it goes over the 175 max. And that usually happens in pregnancy, from what I read. It could actually go higher than that. It could go up to 2 times higher than the 175. So, I was like, well, that's not a problem. So I'm like, what's the problem? Anyway, I was looking at my ultrasound, and my ultrasound said, Papa, go get your noodles. It said that my placenta is anterior. Now, I looked up the risk of your placenta being anterior, and increased hypertension, risk of hypertension, is the number one top symptom of having an anterior placenta. Like, nice, baby. You couldn't just, like all your other brothers and sisters. Because all my other pregnancies were posterior. This is my first time ever having an anterior pregnancy, which they said is quite common, but I've never had it. So I was like, oh, okay. Maybe that explains one thing. I don't know. Like I said, I'm not a doctor. But I said maybe that explains the one thing because it's never really high. Your blood pressure is considered high once you reach 140. I know because when I used to go to the dentist and my tooth was killing me, my blood pressure was 130 something over 90 something because I was in pain. So I was saying, ain't that considered high blood pressure? And the doctor told me, because I was at the hospital, okay, the doctor told me, no, it's not considered high blood pressure. It's actually considered borderline high blood pressure or pre-hypertension until you reach 140. And I was like, oh. Um, but they said if you're diastolic, I think it's the bottom number. If it ever reach like 100 or better, even with the 130, you would still be considered high blood pressure. But since it's 130 over 90, it's not really considered high blood pressure. It's considered almost high blood pressure. So that's what it's been since I've been pregnant. I mean, since the beginning of my pregnancy. It's always been like 130 something. I think the highest it ever reached was 138. One time it did reach 140 over 90. And the lady retook it because I was nervous as shit. Because I'm like, if it ever reached that top number, I don't know how blood pressure medicine is, but I've seen my mom and my dad take it, and they both don't like it. So I'm like, if it ever reached that top number, it's going to be a problem. But I don't consume a lot of salt. That's the number one thing I just said. My salt level is just that normal. So I don't consume a lot of salt. So that's the problem that I'm having with this. If I don't consume a lot of salt, and all before this, my blood pressure is normal before pregnancy, what's going on? And I did have elevated liver levels, which they said was a symptom of the HELP syndrome. I think it's spelled HELLP. Um, yes, Papa. What happened? Your noodle. Yeah, it was a symptom of the HELP syndrome, but it's not considered a symptom anymore. So I don't really know. I mean, it's not considered my symptom anymore because I took the blood test 2 more times after that, and they both came back normal. So I don't know. my levels came back normal for my liver. So I don't know. My blood nitrogen, I think that's what it's called. Anyway, it was low, which that probably has to do with my anemia because my platelet is always low and something else level. That has to do with my blood is always low because my anemia. Cause I don't eat a lot of red meat, and I take my iron pill, but I don't even do that faithfully because iron pills is not the best to your digestive system. Okay, bad enough you have pregnancy, and then add something else that can cause you to slow your digestive system. See how it acts. Okay, so I try to take it every other day. Um, but I try to make sure that my prenatal vitamin has it in it because I take that every day. Um, I'm trying out a new prenatal because I was taking that every day, my last one every day, and it was messing up. It was messing up my stomach, so I couldn't do it. So I tried a different one, and yeah. So, but I learned that only thing I did differently, honestly, to help with my liver levels, if any ladies are having this problem, the only thing I did differently was increase my dairy. Yeah, increase my vitamin D. Because when I was pregnant with my son, I had to take vitamin D. What happened? What? You want juice? Where your juice I gave you? You your noodles. I don't know what you did. Where your shoe at? What? I don't know what you saying, Papa. You pointing his hand talking about where his shoe at. Okay. Okay. But yeah, so that's the only thing I did differently because with my son, they checked my vitamin D levels and I noticed I told my doctor about it, but she was just like, "Yeah, take vitamin D." So once I started, increasing my vitamin D levels by eating dairy because I don't eat dairy. Mm-mm. But I started eating more ice cream and cereal and milk, um, which the oat milk helped, but that's not real vitamin D, so that's why I said I eat more cheese and milk products like ice cream because I don't do regular milk at all. My system doesn't, it just doesn't. Mm-mm. It don't matter if it's 2%, 1%, skim milk, fat-free milk. It's not doing milk. Lactose-free milk, tried that. My system said no. It's still a form of milk. When I was younger and I was a baby, I was on a special kind of formula because I couldn't have regular milk. And I remembered that when I got older, my mom used to always tell me I was on a very expensive, it's still expensive to this day. I was on an expensive form of formula, and it was called Alimentum, and I think it's still called Alimentum. And uh, basically, that stuff back then was expensive, and it's still expensive because I had a cow milk allergy. Like I could not have any form of cow milk at all. So, anyways, learning that, I learned that I do not get enough vitamin D because I do not um, consume a lot of milk products and milk, period. So I increase my milk products. Like I said, I eat a lot of ice cream, I eat a lot of cheese, and then on top of that, I make sure that my prenatal has the daily amount of vitamin D. Um, so therefore, I do not take the gummies. I take the actual pill um, because of that. The gummies, you can get some gummies with vitamin D in it, but it's very hard to find, and to me it's just not worth it because I need iron as well, and you cannot have iron in gummies at all. Don't know why, but iron does not come in a gummy form. So anyway, so yeah, there's that. And ever since I've been doing that, my levels have been right. Don't know why my doctor never checked my vitamin D levels. It would have made sense, but they didn't. So, but I'm finna go to a different OB anyway once I move, because if y'all watch my whole pregnancy and TTC journey and all of that good stuff, you would know that this doctor that I go to, I pretty much been self-diagnosing myself since I got into this doctor's office. Um, don't get me wrong, when I see my last doctor, Dr. Keith, she was okay. You know, she's still not the best, I wouldn't say, but she's okay. Um, she's a lot better than a lot of them I had. Let's just put it that way. She's a whole lot better than a lot of them I had. Because the other ones I had, like I said, I was basically self-diagnosing myself, taking myself off of medicines because they give me the wrong medicine. And by the way, so I went to the high risk doctor and I told the doctor, because she was like, she couldn't understand it. And I didn't even tell her the vitamin D, you know, whole issue and stuff. Um, but she couldn't understand it either. Why did they put me on an antibiotic that I was not supposed to take until I was at least in my second trimester, I guess 16 weeks. And so I told her about it, and I told her, I said, I found that out, and I only took one dose, and I never started taking. You know what she said immediately after me saying that? Good job. Good girl. You know, that's not something you really want to hear from a doctor. But, yeah, that's what happened. What happened?
A fish.
You finished?
Yeah.
Okay, Papa. I would show y'all him, but he ain't got no pants on. He got his little um you got a string or something. Come here, Papa.
What?
He got his little pull up on, so I'm not gonna show him, but I wouldn't show him. Did you get it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, go watch your baby. Okay. Sorry y'all. I just sit here and I listen to my son because I'm like that with all my kids. That's how all my kids start talking early, um, and talking more. I never forget. I had God bless the dead, but a lady um who was my godmother's ex mother in law, and she used to watch my daughter for me. um, she basically told me, she said you need to acknowledge your toddler, you need to acknowledge your baby, period. You should always be talking to your baby, but definitely acknowledge them when they're a toddler because it shows them that you understand what they're saying. Yes, Papa. Huh?
Yeah, I'm supposed to wait.
Oh, okay. You gonna play with your car?
Yeah.
Okay.
What? It's all.
Um, but yeah. So what happened? What? What you see? I don't want to hear about your ghost and you seeing ghosts. I don't want to hear about it. But
It's cold.
it's cold.
Oh, it's cold.
Ain't no ghost. Ain't no ghost. Anyway, um, y'all, um, yeah. So she used to tell me that. So from that point on,
Mommy.
I started acknowledging my daughter, and she. By the time she was 4, she was having full conversations. Yes,
It's the cold.
ain't no ghost. I don't want to hear it. Anyway, um, yeah, she was having full conversations with people, and people was like, "Dang, she talk good for 3 and 4." And I said, "Yeah, cause ain't no sense of you talking." And a lot of you know, when I was going through what I was going through with my case, a lot of the psychologists and the teachers, like the daycare teachers, the early childhood teachers, said that's good that you talk to, because I followed it. After Nevaeh, I did it with my daughter Eden. I did it with my son Jonah. I don't talk to them like a little baby. Do I, turn on a sweet voice and be like, oh, Papa? Yeah. But as far as them like asking me for stuff, or if they want juice, if they want food, if they want noodles, if they want this, I don't talk to them like they're a baby. Oh, what did the baby say? I don't talk to them like that. I acknowledge them. I say okay, even if I can't understand what they say, because sometimes I can't understand what my son is trying to explain to me. I still acknowledge the fact that he said it. I say okay, Papa. And ever since then, everybody is like, dang, he talked real good for 3 years old. He need to be, using the potty. But we'll get to that. We'll get to that later on. But anyway, yeah, a lot of people say, wow, he talked really good. Even my husband, because my husband have been around his nephews and his little cousins and stuff like that, and he'd be like, baby, he talked really good, for his age, because we wasn't able to really go through that with Eden, because Eden, um, got taken at such a young age and stuff. But um, my husband got to experience all that with my son, you know, and with our son, I should say. And he's like, wow, he talked really, really good. Now, Jonah, he had a speech problem because we didn't know that my mom also took him at a young age, because he really, my son really did talk. My son Jonah did talk before he got into the system and was over her house and stuff like that. He really talked good. But after he came home, they had noticed that he had a speech problem, and so they had put him in speech before he came home and everything, and found out that he had problems hearing, and that was the reason why my daughter's coming home now. that was the reason why he had the speak. You know, you couldn't understand him. He couldn't articulate words well. Um, but as far as Eden and Gabriel, they talk perfect. I mean, you can understand them when they want something. You can understand what they're saying. Anybody can, cause I don't talk to my children like they're little children, little babies. To me, it why? And they're a person just like you. And I have to teach my daughter because she picked up where she feel like she got to rush to say something, or she got to rush to kind of finish her sentence. So she'll say a lot. And I'm like, just calm down, slow down, talk. I'm here. I'm not in no rush. I'm gonna listen to you. Talk, baby. I'm here all day, every day. So since then, a lot of her have slowed down. She only probably say it like once or twice. She still say it, but it's probably only like once or twice. Hey, baby girl. You got a picture?
Yeah, this is from my friend at the bus. Her gave me it when I was drawing. Her gave me it. It's a sunset.
Yeah, I see. It's pretty. You might want to put it in your book bag, okay?
No, it's not. What is it? No.
Another thing, being that I don't talk to my kids like they babies, they don't talk to each other like they babies. And they understand each other perfectly. Right. My daughter is telling him, telling him something. I don't know what he just asked for, but she's basically telling him no. So, and she said, no, it's not. I don't know what he asking for, but she said clear and plain. They don't talk to each other. She don't talk to him like a baby. Oh, come here, little Gabriel. Come here, you baby. Oh, you baby. She don't talk to him like that. So, I mean, if I could give y'all one advice, that would be it. I'm finna get off this live because my daughter's finna tell me about her day. Ain't that right? And, yeah, when my kids get home from school, I try to give them my attention. And they know, even if I'm in the back and I'm laying down, they come and they tell me about their day. And then after they finish, even if I don't feel like being bothered, I'll be like, okay.
Where's school?
All right, mommy's done now. But I try to give them that time when they get out of school.
Hello.
Say goodbye.
Bye-bye.
Say, okay. You want to say that?
Bye.
Say, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe.
You like, subscribe now. Yes, subscribe. Yes,
All right, y'all. Bye.
Bye.